$865.86. That is including May, June, and July late several days, and the utilities this month. And the utilities.
So this amount is May, June, and July late fees.
$865.86.
And go ahead. And what else?
That is there's a $70.86 utility, and before she set up a DTE account, so I paid for her
$70.86 late fees. 86 cents.
86 cents.
Okay. And what else?
And
what else?
$55.86 utility, and before she set up her DTE account, so I paid for her.
If I take 86 cents. 55. And what else?
Anything
else? And if I take the $70 and $55 and then the 86 cents, and then if I do that, so if I take 865, of this 865, 86, 55, 86, all the rest of that, all the $55 are late fees, and then the 86 cents are late fees. But if I do that,
$5 a day.
so of this 865, I think, I know, 86, I think. You have that broken down. You have that broken down late fees. So how many?
It's on the list.
How many?
Give me 865.
Give me 865. Oh, I know. Yeah, I can do it myself. That's okay. Well, I can do it for 125. You have that broken down. So how many? So I have $740 in late $740 in late. How many months is that? So how many months is that?
She hasn't paid late fees.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. So I have $740 in late fees. I'm saying. So how many months is that? $740 are late fees for how many months?
3 months.
For how many months?
Actually, July she paid it on 11th. That's only so that's only count for 10 days. For July and July. For June to July rent only.
Are late fees for how many months? I don't know what that meant.
Like May, she didn't pay late fee. That's earlier. So that's only count for 10 days.
So
July.
So
July rent.
Her late fee was only $50. Her late fee was only
July. There's like $50 she didn't pay. So on the lease it says after 5 days she didn't pay, or whoever the tenants for $50 initial payment.
Her late fee was only
plus 5 days. Yes, and July 5. So that's $75 5 days on July. On the lease it says before she paid. After 5 days, $50 whoever plus 5 days per day initial. June rent that was $170. That was $170. So May rent was the most on July.
That all sounds really nice and pretty, but that all sounds really nice and pretty. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out.
5 days per day.
June
rent that was $170.
If I take July out of the picture,
May rent was the
most. $75 sounds really nice and pretty. He has paid for 2 months. But do you want to charge her $665 in late fees? So if I take July out of the picture.
For the May rent.
How much is her rent?
The rent is $520 off her portion. $520 off her portion.
For 2 months. Right. You want to charge her $665 in late fees. Bear with me here. You want to charge her about, how much is her rent? My math is right.
The rent is
about a month and a quarter of what she pays for rent, what she has late fee.
Yes, sure.
Effectively.
Yeah, because I really encourage.
You want to charge her about, I understand you said yes, Your Honor, about a month. Does something sound wrong to you about that for rent? That was a question. Late fee.
I calculated based on the lease. I calculated because I really encourage tenants day by day.
I know what you did.
Day by day.
I understand you said yes, Your Honor. I'll say it again. Does something sound wrong to you about $665 in late? $65.
I calculated based on the lease.
Her rent is some where around her portion is around $500. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
You're going to charge her for 2 months. For 2 months. Late fees that are the equivalent of a month and a quarter of rent. How comes my question? Does something sound wrong to you about charge her for 2 months?
Well, I just tried my best to encourage tenants to pay on the time because it's irregular.
My question.
Totally out of my control.
Sound wrong about that? I don't think it's out of your control.
I need tenants to follow the fees to pay so that encourage tenants on time. But it's irregular. I totally, her sheet has been in the
Your late fees. You're late on any lease.
I need tenants to follow the
law is that they have to be in some way related to the cost of collecting rent.
Irregular, I'm totally.
It also indicates that they cannot be liquidated late fees, liquidated damage on any lease. This sounds a whole lot more like that they have to be in some way related than it does related to the cost of collection of rent. It also indicates that they cannot be liquidated damage. Oh, you don't take my advice. I don't give advice. I give advice. This sounds a whole lot more like liquidated. So I understand she may have been late. I understand she may be late to the cost of collection. But I also understand that you would have to show me. Oh, you don't take my advice. Somehow or another, you spent $5 every day. You spent $5 trying to collect her rent. I understand she may have outside of the fact that, mind you, outside of the fact, a portion of her rent. But I also understand you got already that you would have to show me through the subsidy. Somehow or another, you spent $5 every day. So trying to collect her rent. So that's the other part that's silly, mind you.
Class dismissed until you two figure this out. The judge just hit pause to force the landlord and tenant to come up with a reasonable compromise. That's a subtle power move. She's showing control without raising her voice. Notice how calm.
Is illegal. You can't charge rent is guaranteed.
Lowers the charge on the late fee.
Is it a
real estate market?
Is it a high
talked to another real estate
then I think also $5 a day
and the society
is
they
illegal.
provided society for me. I think that's lowers the charge on the late fee from the real estate market. I've talked to another real estate
might be a fair amount for her to pay, given her circumstances, and related to any effort you had to pull you guys come back to me with a number. I'm going to send you two out. If I don't like the number, I'm going to tell you. But I don't like the number, I'm going to tell you. Figure out what might be a because it seems to me I can talk all day and night long telling you this 5 days of dollars related to any can't charge. I told you that on Zoom. I'm telling you that today. I'm trying to explain to you why you can't charge it today. You're not listening to me. You're saying it's on paper, that's fine. You're saying it's on paper because I don't mind.
Boom. Case closed. Literally. The landlord filed the wrong notice, which means the court doesn't even have jurisdiction to continue. It's a classic rookie mistake in landlord-tenant law. Quick question. Should people have to pass a legal basics test before they can evict someone?
Job I don't mind assessing. But if your job is to teach them to pay on time or to do whatever, charge her that. Because sometimes, and I see she's got those two little babies there, she's running around at times robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's not your job. That's just like teach everybody a lesson. That's just right. It's not your job to teach them to pay. You go out there. It seems the two of you can at least get along. And I see she's got those two little come back to me with a number. If I don't like it, I'm going to give you my own number. If I don't like it, because it's all just 2 months plus a little change that she was behind.
Anyway, there's another portion, and it's security deposit. She started from December 2024, and because I saw her a little bit in the winter, and so I accepted her to move in. So before the security deposit was paid, so it's not paid so far. She for 7 for 7 it's because I saw her a little baby in the winter. And so I expected her to move in. The security deposit was paid. So this is also something I need to clarify. For 7
That in this
I need to
865?
You're out. I'm not dealing with the security deposit. I'm not dealing with you guys go out. You guys go out.
You got no problems with the illegal late fee.
I'll then determine if it's reasonable, and I'll tell you what she's gonna pay. And I'll tell you how she's gonna pay. And then I'll tell you how she's gonna pay.
I got a question.
Give you guys time. You guys try to work it out.
And I have a question. When can we give you the response before next in-person or online?
Oh, you just go out and go to a room. How should we decide this today?
So we can turn in our results to you.
You go out there, you talk, and you go out there, you talk. Probably first part of the next
When can we give you the response before next in-person or online?
Oh, you just go out and go to a room. We're going to decide this today.
So we can turn in our
Darlene
results to
Morin
you.
versus
You go
Emil
out there, you
Tito
talk.
versus Emil
Let's
Tito.
back up, probably first part of the next one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Your name?
I'm
Your name?
Darlene Morin.
Your name?
Darlene.
Your name is
Darlene
termination
Morin
case
versus
Emil Tito.
termination
And
case.
try to collect some amount.
Pardon?
And try to collect some amount.
Pardon?
And try to collect some amount.
Your name?
I turned in the 7-day notice, Darlene turned in the 7-day notice paperwork. and
I have you turned into the court. I have, this case was filed as a termination.
This case was filed.
And then you filed a supplemental complaint for rent. Filed a supplemental complaint for rent.
I turned in the 7-day notice. I did the whole thing first. I first gave the 7-day notice. I tried to.
I have you turned into the court.
March,
This case was filed as a
550, April,
termination.
550, May, 550,
And
I
then you
tried to
filed
get
a
him to
supplemental
pay,
complaint
and I
for
didn't
rent.
file. Finally, I filed in June, 7-day, I filed in June first, I filed again, notice, I tried to, for March, 550, April,
I
550, May,
have this
550, I
case
tried to get him
filed
to
as a
pay.
termination.
And I didn't
case. Filed
file.
as a termination
Finally,
case.
I filed
Sir?
in June, 7-day.
Is there a lease?
Then I
Is
filed
there a
again.
lease?
For.
Well, is it a month-to-month lease? Well,
No,
is it?
it was a
I
yearly
have
lease
this
until
case filed as a
15th.
termination. Of when?
15, 2025.
Sir,
So he's almost
is
up.
there a lease?
So he's almost up.
So on what grounds are you terminating his tenant? Is it a month-to-month lease?
Because he's not, it's a year-round until.
Then you have to file a non-payment. When? He has a valid lease. He has
So he's
there are
almost
certain rights that attach to a tenant as well as certain tenant abilities to redeem the property. Abilities to redeem the property. It's an issue of non-payment of rent. If it's an issue where he doesn't have a lease or has violated the lease in some other way, as well as some other way, fine. But abilities to redeem the property.
He keeps saying he's gonna pay the rent and how's he
Issue of
saying?
non, you can't terminate his tenancy, that's where you can't terminate his issue where he got the wrong notice, wrong part, has violated the lease in some other
Even
way.
though, this is what they told me to do.
This,
Is what they told me to
who?
do. He keeps saying he's gonna pay the rent and housing out in
And
your
you can't
court.
terminate his tenancy, that's where, I don't know what legal thing you're talking about. Got the wrong notice, wrong
They have it where you're supposed to file a 7-day notice, and then after that, file a 30-day eviction notice, 30-day, and then after that.
I don't know who's advising you. I don't know who's advising you. I don't know what legal thing you're talking. I don't. I don't. I'm gonna tell you what I have in my file. I have notice to quit for termination of tenancy. The basis for that termination is either who's advising it's some lease violation, which would be other than that, or other than that, a non-payment of rent. I have a non-payment of rent. You can't do non-payment of rent with this basis for that termination is either. And then the complaint violation, and then which would be other than that, complaint to terminate his tenancy, with a supplemental complaint to collect money, with this type to collect money.
That's what they gave me when I.
And then I don't know who gave you this, but I'm just telling you a complaint I'm just telling you, you can't go, I'm just telling you, you can't go to supplemental complaint to collect money.
What do I need?
You have to first send him a valid notice for non-payment of rent. I don't know if that's who gave you this, but I'm just telling you. This one that's in the file, it's not, that's not a valid. I'm just telling you, you can't go, I can look at it and tell that's not the one. It doesn't contain all of the indications of his right. You have to first send him a valid notice for non-payment of rent.
I did.
If that's what, and by the way, and by the way, this is not a case. Look at it and tell that was filed with whatever notice you're giving, with whatever notice you're giving.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what.
Okay. And by the way,
what was used to file this case.
By the way, this is not a case. You can have it filed with whatever notice you're giving. Ma'am, you can sit up here and go around in circles with me all day. The notice that I have is not a notice for non-payment.
That's not what was used to file this case.
If you wish to collect rent from him and then have him evicted from the premises, then you're gonna have to file a new case. This case only has the notice that I have attached to it, a notice, and then attached to it. This case isn't a non-payment case. This is a termination case. The complaint is a termination complaint. This case only has the notice that's attached to it. And then this case isn't a non-payment case. I didn't say what you want. This is a termination case. The complaint is a termination lease for non-payment. You just have to do it in the right way. This is not the right way. This is not the right way. I didn't say, and I do not see that there's a method by which you can correct, terminate his lease this case because your notice is bad. Do it in the right way. This is notice that's attached to the file, that's attached to this filing. And I do not see there's an incorrect notice so that your complaint notice so that can't even be a non-payment of rent. Your notice is bad. It also, if you notice that's attached, the complaint that you did file, which is a termination that you did file, which is a termination complaint, is an incorrect notice so that your basis for the termination can't even be a non-payment of rent. Is a I don't see a way in which this case, if you corrected, which the complaint that you did file, which is a termination complaint, to permit you to termination complaint.
Hold up. Did you catch that? The judge is calling out the landlord for charging what sounds like a penalty, not a legitimate late fee. In legal terms, liquidated damages mean you're setting your own punishment, and that's a big no-no if it's not tied to actual law.
On the notice here, that you're intending to terminate an attorney, the manner in which that notice is filled out is incorrect. You failed to invoke the subject matter jurisdiction. So I'm going to assume lacking subject matter jurisdiction.